Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hi out there in the digital world. Welcome to another Tuned Into Tennis live stream. Tonight, we are going to be talking about none other than opening night at the 2024 US Open Tennis Championships, the last Grand Slam of the season. We have quite an entertaining lineup happening around the grounds of the US Open already. Hi for everybody that is just joining. I actually just opened up the space. So let's get tuned into tennis. If you are just seeing my face for the first time, please feel free to engage and have some fun in the comments with me. It's always much more fun that way. And subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. This is kind of a 500 subscriber watch party engagement party stream because we just hit 500 subscribers over on YouTube, and I am excited by that. And why shouldn't I be? Because I've worked my butt off to get to those 500 subscribers. Let me do a small plug on Twitter so people know that I am live and in the building. Sorry for looking down at my phone. Let's see who's watching. I see you guys from X. If you're watching from X, let me hear you in the comments. Say something for me, please. I appreciate it. So I'll be having my eyes on at least two matches right now. Francis Tiafoe is playing his opening round match against Kovacevic over on Louis Armstrong Stadium, which is the second biggest stadium in show court at the U.S. Open, if you don't know. And over on Arthur Ashe, the biggest show court, is former champion 2017 champ Sloane Stephens is in her opening game and opening round match against Clara Burrell. They were saying in the lead up that this has actually been on the bucket list for Sloane to play opening night of Primetime. So I'm kind of glad that she's got this opportunity. Although her season has not been, her season has not been glittering with gold, that's for sure. I am proud of Sloane and proud of the USTA for allowing a former champion to get this opportunity to open up the night session prime time at the US Open. Because it's a coveted spot. I mean, historically only the biggest names, the trending names usually get that honor. So shout out to Sloane. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of her. I don't know if they've found a picture or if the Twitterverse has put a picture of her into the internet yet, but she looks beautiful. Bry, my guy, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, guy. Appreciate it, my guy. Shawty, hi. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy yourself and behave yourself. Trying to find a nice, pretty picture. Actually, I don't know if we want to have this conversation, but a lot of people have been saying, yeah, I'll share this tweet right here because a lot of people feel the same sentiment. Not necessarily me, but people have been feeling the sentiment. I'll share it in just a second so you guys can know what I'm talking about. Apologies if my voice is like groggier than normal or if my eyes are lower. I'm not drunk. I just woke up from a nap that long ago, so sometimes that happens. All right, is that showing up? It is about to in 2 seconds. Yeah. Some people have this sentiment this very interesting conversation has been happening on Twitter. Sloane Stephens on opening day on Ash in Primetime. Really? Says Alec Bansila. I think that's how you pronounce that. Um, what do you guys think? Are you guys feeling the Sloane Stephens energy so far? I mean, she's up 1-love in the opening set. Let me see if I can find this score really quickly. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. All right, can you guys see that? Can you guys see that score? There we go. That's much better for you guys. Yeah, Shawty says Sloane is a former champ. What's so hard to get about it? I don't know. I think Sloane has kind of been an easy target the last couple of years, especially the years where she hasn't been, really a factor in Grand Slams. Like, admittedly, that's that's um that's a tough pill to swallow, but it's the truth. Like, Sloane hasn't been a factor in slams, and that's interesting because in the late 2010s, 2017, 2018, 2019, she had a string of either. I mean, 2017 she wins the U.S. Open, 2018 she gets to the final of the French Open, 2019 I'm sure there was a quarterfinal somewhere about there. So like she was actively a face of the WTA tour for the tail of the 2010s and most of the 2010s, honestly. So she hasn't really been there, and yeah, it's kind of it's tough for casuals, I guess, that don't really watch week in week out to understand how she just popped up on the radar to get the prime time slot. But I think it had a little more to do with Coco Gauff, defending champion, who won earlier today on the day session on Arthur Ashe. She likes to play in the daytime. She likes to use the heat to her advantage, um, because that's just the kind of player she is. And when you have a certain amount of pull or say so, or your name your name develops into a certain amount of clout, you can put in a request to say, hey, I'd like this position over that position, and vice versa. And it seems like Coco knows her strengths, and she wanted to be out on Ash during the day, and she got it. So that means that there was an open slot at night, and Sloane's in it. And I'm not mad at it. I mean, there's not that many women's singles US Open champs to go around these days. I mean, in recent years, we're talking Coco Gauff, we're talking Iga Swiatek, who's on a different side of the draw today. Who else? 2021, Emirata Kanu, also on the different side of the draw. She's playing tomorrow. Osaka, also on the other side of the draw. She plays tomorrow. Andrescu, I think, also on the other side of the draw, that plays tomorrow. So this side of the draw, really, as far as American champs, you're looking at Sloane Stephens. So yeah, I've run my mouth about that a little bit longer than I thought so. But go Sloane. Uzo, shout out to you being in the chat. Just got home from Ash. Okay, cool. You're down there. Great, great, great. Great day session. Coco and Ben had easy straight set wins. They sure did. They sure did. I am on the Coco Gauff hype train and the Ben Shelton hype train. I have been for a while because they are super, super dynamic athletes. One, they seem to have pretty decent head on their shoulders. They're just easy to root for. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the Coco Gauff and Ben Shelton love. Matter of fact, I'm not mad at it to the point that we can give them a little love here on the screen because they deserve it. They deserve it. Look at good old Coco Gauff and Ben Shelton. By the way, Sloane is up 2-love early in this match, and looks like she has some more points to go. 3-love. Yeah, she has another break point here to go up 3-love. So she's playing well. Not mad at Miss Sloane right now at all. Shawty, don't be like that. Closing my ears on any Shelton love. I mean, I gotta be honest. I haven't been smiling ear to ear with some of the picture that have been circling around the internet of Ben Shelton. I guess being buddy buddy with some very prominent right wing American politicians or people that support right wing American politicians, and not just like any right wing politicians, like really extreme. That's not a great look. But from his own mouth, he hasn't said anything that gives me pause, really. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt for now. But it is eyebrow raising that he would be, you know, engaging on social media and taking pictures with some people that don't look like they'd have his best interest at heart. Who knows? I'm not into that man's politics yet because he hasn't made it a huge talking point. It's more so a talking point that tennis Twitter has made because of some pictures that have surfaced on Twitter. And who knows if he ever leans into anything political. Most of these athletes, especially tennis athletes, don't, and then a lot of people just assume that they're right wing because tennis is has a very conservative history. So a lot of people being right wing or Republican leaning is not really a shocker. I'd be a little shocked if Ben Shelton himself was, but I mean, hey, I can't tell that man who to vote for in November in the States. I know who I will be voting for, and his name does not rhyme with lump. So another comment. Hi LM. Thanks for engaging. Why Stevens Burrell is a featured night match makes no sense. I mean, you're entitled to that opinion for sure. It's definitely an opinion a lot of people have. I just think that as a United States tennis tournament, that they're doing their best to honor a former champion, and not just a former champion, but a face and athlete that has really helped to carry United States tennis marketing, and that is Sloane Stephens. So when you're looking at this side of the draw that Sloane Stephens is on, and you're looking at, okay, well, who's going to sell us some tickets or put some behinds in seats on opening night, or make people click in or stop scrolling on their tennis channel or scrolling on their, their YouTube TV or whatnot. I mean, why not Sloane Stephens? I do agree that her form has not been great, but I mean, hey, if they put Bianca Andreescu or something like that at a primetime match, would people be complaining? She's been in arguably even worse form than Sloane, and she's a former U.S. Open champion. So you got that. Oh, this picture of I thought that was Arthur Feast. I don't know why I thought that was Sloane Stephens. Like, come on, look at this. Look at these faces. Maybe one looks better than the other, but why wouldn't you want to put Sloane up there and let her sell some tickets for you? Look at that. Sloane Stephens is on right now. In case you're wondering, I'll flip back over to that score. She is currently up 3-love against Clara Burrell, really cruising for the most part. But you got to knock on wood when you say that, because Sloane, she ebbs and flows. Sloane ebbs and flows. And to be honest, they're panning to the crowd outside of it just being an electric atmosphere for the opening night of the U.S. Open. It's pretty packed in there. Like, there's not, it's not like it's just some open stadium seating that people just don't give a shit about Sloane Stephens. People are invested, and it also goes to show that I get so much pushback from online trolls and stuff like that about nobody watches women's tennis. That's just simply not true. Do the numbers reflect that people watch men's tennis more than women's tennis? Well, yes, they're always going to reflect that because women's sports don't get the same attention and have not got the same attention for years since the beginning of eternity of sports like men's sports does. It's kind of baked into the fabric of sports. So using that as an arguing point just really doesn't make it a solid argument. So that's what I say to those people. Look around at a big ass stadium like Arthur Ashe. It's the biggest tennis stadium in the world, and thousands of people are in there to watch this one women's match. So that's what I got for that. trying to find a picture of Sloane. Uh, Sometimes they upload pictures in real time because her kit is really, really cool. It's a nice, vibrant color. She looks like a first. And I appreciate when Sloane wears a bright color because honestly, Sloane is a beautiful black woman, and beautiful black women can wear just about any color that they choose. Just how they roll. It's just what they do. And she's up for love. Like, for all the people that were talking about, Sloane Stephens might retire after this tournament or match, which, very well still may be true, she's come out of the blocks very nicely. Her opponent, Clara Burrell, probably has never played on this stage at this time of the evening. I mean, it could be a little overawing to be all eyes on you in New York City, prime time, and Clara Burrell seems like she's trying to adjust to that. But Sloane Stephens been there, done that. So this is what she's wearing at the Open, actually. Doesn't she look cool? Go off, Sloane. Go off. I might have some friends joining me, by the way, on this stream, so I'm not the only talking head that you see. Um, I know I talked to a couple of my tuned into tennis friends and sent them the link, so let's see what they do with. Let's see what they do with that. Some other U.S. Open scores while we are kind of jumping around the ground. Actually, I'm going to put my eyes on the Frances Tiafoe match while Sloane Stephens seems to have it taken care of, or at least in the driver's seat of this first set here at the Open. Quite surprising, if I do say so, because where even was Holger Rune, y'all? Like, look at this score where I'm hovering over here. What is Holger Rune doing? What is what is what's going on in that camp? I know he just recently got another split under his belt with Patrick Mouratoglou, and there's that. But yeah, he clowned. How long was that match even? Let me see. Hold on, because that doesn't make any sense, y'all. Like, what? I mean, granted, this is no skin off of Brandon Nakashima's knee, because I've always kind of seen it for Brandon Nakashima. Maybe not a future Grand Slam champ, but I don't see why he couldn't be seated at a Grand Slam one day, and probably like a 20th seed, maybe even a top 15 seed. I don't know. Maybe that might be a stretch, but I've always seen solid game from him. But he beat Holger Rune in straight sets in under 2 hours in the first set, in the first match of the U.S. Open. And I believe this is Holger Rune's first, not even first, excuse me. This is Holger Rune's second consecutive opening round U.S. Open loss. So I don't know what's going on there. I really don't. The head-to-head between him and Brandon Nakashima might be interesting as well. So it might be a matchup issue. Nakashima's beaten him twice. He beat him at the Next Gen ATP Finals back in 2021. And Nakashima routined him in Shanghai post-U.S. Open last year. He beat him 6-love, 6-2. So Holger Rune clearly has a Nakashima problem, and Holger Rune has other problems as well. So it's tough to say that I'll be keeping an eye on Holger Rune when he's putting in results like that. But I'm just wondering what's up, because he's supposed to be in that conversation with Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, who are two dominant players on the ATP tour right now. Holger Rune is in that age bracket, and he's not performing. Just flat out, he's not performing. He's not even in the top 10 anymore, and he's struggling. I think I have somebody in the background that told me or warned me that Holger Rune was going to get his head rocked in by Nakashima. So whenever that person's ready to be on stage, I'll just add them up onto the stream here because they tried to warn me, and I didn't think it was going to be that bad. But little old me, what do I know? Little do I know. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready, by the way. All right, cool. Boom. Mr.
Hello, brother.
Green. Mr. Green.
How are you?
I am good and confused at the moment because what was that?
That was Holger Rune showing us who he really is, and I think you encapsulated it perfectly when you talked about how he's supposed to be this fourth person in that center and that Alcaraz, that third person in that trio, and we need to stop acting like he is at that same level. We can aspire for him to be there. We can long for a day that he does get there. But I believe what Maya Angelou told me, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. And he has shown me that he's not capable of actually doing what needs to be done because there's no way he should be losing to Brandon Nakashima. Not
I
by
mean, but he's
far.
lost them twice before, and
Yeah,
a
well,
year ago.
sure. But when you're talking about somebody who's supposed to be in that top three, you
Mm-hmm.
are not losing. No, Yannick Sinner and Carl Alcaraz are not losing to Brandon Nakashima in the first round of a major.
Fair, very, very. Honestly. I mean, what more can you say? They just simply are, you know, above the field, and Brandon Nakashima is that field that they're above at the moment. So,
So, but I mean, I was like,
I mean, this again, not trying to throw Nakashima under the bus, but Nakashima, he's won one ATP title, I believe, in his career. He made the finals of the next gen ATP finals. He is a name to kind of watch out for, but hasn't really come to fruition. And Holger Rune has a better resume than Nakashima, but we're looking at who's into the second round of the U.S. Open, and it's not Holger Rune.
and it's not,
So
and that right there should be warning signs for him and his team. You're losing first round of a
two
major
years in a row.
2 years in a row. I know a lot of people like to talk about it's his team and things like that. Uh, his mom has a heavy influence on him in his career, but Holger Rune has got to begin to take some responsibility for what's going on. Is Sloane bageling this girl?
Man, y'all was talking good cash about Sloane not wanting to be in that slot, and guess what? She woke up. She woke up.
Okay, Tash. So she about to collect her second round paycheck and be gone. Okay, her.
Not be going. Karan, we can
And
hear you typing.
oh, I am so sorry. Jesus. Y'all want to come
very,
deal with my residents at Michigan State?
very
Okay, never mind.
aggressively, very payroll is due. Very Karima.
Okay, wow. that was aggressive.
Yeah, Sloane Stephens, she did that. I mean, her biceps, which look absolutely amazing tonight. I mean, they're sweating, but she barely woke up a sweat. Um, and I believe she's played Clara Burrell before. No, I might be wrong. Let me look at their head-to-head really quick
I was
because I'm not
just
sure
about
if
to
they
say
have one. They do, yeah. Stevens actually beat her earlier this year in Dubai, and it went 3 sets. So it's even if they didn't play before and Sloane had won the first set 6-love, there's something that you still got to tepidly talk about with Sloane. But the
I'm gonna
match
say
could
it's
still
Sloane.
Sloane.
Just
the
let
match
just
could
let her.
the match could still get a little wild, even with a 6-love bagel set in the first set. But yeah, they played earlier this year in Dubai, and Stevens won 6-4, 1-6, 6-2. So
Who is who is Sade? Sade?
Huh? Oh, I think it's just a elonged way of saying shawty. Shawty? You never
Okay.
seen that before, Sean?
Chad,
That is
you saw my northern and stuff was up here struggling. That's what y'all do down there in the south.
that is our good sister Scary T, actually.
Oh, child, Scary T, please do better. You knew Hogaruna was gonna lose that match. You better be lucky that he did. He might have
Oh
ran
wait,
down on
somebody said, didn't y'all have? Oh, Uzo said, didn't y'all have Rune the second week of attorney? Eek, eek,
Eek,
eek,
eek.
eek. What
Okay,
did it
but
mean? What did it mean?
but Miles did. Okay, Karan Rahim Green tried to tell Miles that Hogaruma was getting that box. I believe I did.
Brother, not
Jeez.
y'all dragging me for putting Polaroid in the second week.
But he should be there. That's the problem. He should be there. We should be looking at Hogaroon being a fourth round, constant stand in. But hey, you know,
What
we
are
all got our days when we want to flop.
Uzo? Do I follow Uzo on Twitter or follow Uzo back? I feel like I do. I'm not 100% sure.
Can we talk about Francis Kit?
Yeah, we can. I'm gonna see if Twitter has allowed us a picture because
Oh,
it's nice to see it.
yes. I'm very
Before
much enjoying it.
before we even go into uh, a moment of appreciation for Francis, let's give it up for Miss Sloane Stephens for putting in.
Okay,
Honestly,
well,
that's one of the best performances she's put in of the season. So shout out to
and
Sloane.
while we're at it, Sloan, can you unblock me?
Oh well,
I didn't even do nothing wrong. So
are you sure you didn't do anything wrong?
I just want to be unblocked, Sloan.
Are you sure you
I
did
just
nothing
told the
wrong? You
truth.
sure? What was the truth?
I told that she was getting beat out her braids.
She was doing what now?
She was getting beat out her braids.
Oh, brother.
Was it not the
Oh
truth?
wait, somebody said that Francis Tiafoe looks like a. I'll share this so you guys can laugh at it. I don't know who this is. I'm not endorsing what their commentary is, but I did laugh at this because they said Francis Tiafoe looks like a sexy Easter egg.
What?
A sexy Easter egg.
Nike
I
does
mean,
him right these days.
are they wrong? Let's see. Hold
Okay.
on. I'm trying to find a good picture of him that I could share here. How much does he go Dimitrov in his draws? I mean, that's not the world's worst sight, but that's not what I was looking for at the moment.
Also, they got my boy looking a hot mess on that tiebreak game. Oh my God, brother, he looks a mess.
Francis?
Yes, he looks a hot mess.
Why?
On the tiebreak game, he don't look like himself. A lot of people look like themselves. Francis, they look like they didn't know how to put a black man on the game.
I mean, the screen grab or like when they like lined up the pictures, he looked
Yes.
pretty good.
Okay, play the game now.
I honestly haven't played a good old video game in a minute, to be honest. So, um, I'm you know, this is a good. I'm glad I stopped on this picture because this is a good conversation that we need to have about Francis Tiafoe and American tennis in general. Because if you would have told me that, when Andy Roddick won his first and coincidentally his only U.S. Open title and only Grand Slam title, that it would be 2 decades since another man does the exact same thing at any slam, I would be looking at you like you were crazy. Because how did we get here? Like Francis says, hopefully we stop that streak of Andy Roddick in 03. Like it's not like it's a good streak. It's not like the American men have just been running it up. An American man has not won a Grand Slam title since 2003.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting real rough because we in 2024.
Well, I hope it's a black person. No offense to all the other folks. Um, I hope it's Ben. Oh Jesus! Oh, see how this came out of my mouth like that. Oh, I hope that it's Ben
Well,
Shelton and or Francis Tiafoe. I'm hoping for the latter to get it there first. Um, I agree. I think that 03 streak is it's quite a shame if you want to ask me because the American men on the ATP tour have let us down while the women have been literally holding us up and still winning slams and things like that. And so they literally are right here carrying the US on their back and that's a heavy burden to carry.
because I mean, just think about the American women that have won majors. Just I mean, in this decade alone, we got Coco Gauff and
Yep.
Sophia Kenin. I mean, people forget
Yes.
about that, but Sophia Kenin was the first winner of the decade at the Australian Open as far as American women. I mean, her her play and level has dipped and stuff like that since then, but she was wearing the American flag for the U.S. Women's Tennis Organization.
And we
And
thank her for that win as well because it was against Garbine Muguruza.
going back a little bit further, Sloane Stephens, who's playing tonight, she is
Yes.
an American woman that's won a Grand Slam title. Obviously, Venus and Serena for so long. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody?
Um, Lindsay Davenport, but
Yes,
kind
yeah,
of cool.
yeah.
Um,
That's even older than Andy Roddick, actually. So
yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to think.
So
Since that 2003 moment, it's been Venus, Serena, Sloane, Sophia Kenin, and Coco as far as
yeah,
American women to win a Grand
yeah.
Slam. Oh, well that was since 2003. I was gonna try to throw Jennifer Capriati a bone there, but you know,
I was going to say her, but I was like, was it? When was her last one?
yeah,
And I
she was
thought that
early 2000s.
did Lindsay not win one in 2004?
No, she did not.
Okay, I thought that she did. Okay.
Yeah, but at least these are names we can throw around. On the men's
Yeah,
side, we can't throw any names around.
and they've all been close, but no cigar.
Right. Karan, do you have headphones?
Yes, you. Hold on, let me go grab them.
Yeah, because I'm getting some feedback.
Let me turn my camera off. One sec,
No,
please.
I got you. All right. Scott says USA needs to stop pumping out tall serve bots men and could potentially win slams. I don't know. Scott, happy to have you in the chat. Always good to see your name. I mean, I don't necessarily think like I feel like serve bots it's a good problem to have. Don't get me wrong. Like I think most of the guys on tour want to have a strong serve. Unfortunately, so that's one of the only weapons that they have on the court. And that has been like the mode of American men's tennis players for a while. Even like Andy Roddick wasn't necessarily a serve bot, but his serve was the cornerstone of his game. You got obviously John Isner, Riley Opelka, who lost today, Sam Querrey, Jack Sock. Who else makes up that quartet of a podcast I won't mention? John Isner, Jack Sock, Sam Querrey, and who else? Who else is the other guy that didn't win a slam from the United States? Query, Isner, Sock, and I don't know. If you guys know Steve Johnson. Steve Johnson. Thanks, Derek. He wasn't a serve bot, but I mean his serve was a cornerstone of his game. All those guys are either late 20s or early 30s, and they played for a long time on the ATP tour. And, I mean, good respected professional careers to all four of those guys. I don't want to lay them through the mud, but when we're talking about an American drought at slams, to be honest, those four guys didn't really sniff it. I think Isner got to one semifinal. I don't think Sock got to a semifinal. Steve Johnson didn't. And Sam Querrey had some big wins at Wimbledon, but like he wasn't an actual factor going into slams like, oh, he could win this. So like that's a whole generation of talent right there that didn't bring home big trophies. So yeah, and we got some other names in the chat. Marty Fish, great player, not a Grand Slam champion. Opelka, who I mentioned earlier, he's coming back from injury. I don't think anybody really has him on the radar of a U.S. Open champ or a Grand Slam champ in general. But, when we're looking at who's playing right now and who's in the top 20, we have Frances Tiafoe, Ben Shelton, Tommy Paul, Taylor Fritz, Sebastian Korda. Like, that's just the 5 names that are consistently in or around that seated position at the U.S. Open, and people are talking about, like, oh, maybe this could be the one with the stars aligned. The stars need to start aligning. I'm sorry. we have seen the ATP Tour lose 2 pillars of the big 3, right? Roger Federer retired. Rafael Nadal likely is retiring, maybe has played his last official match on tour. Hasn't had that big, I guess, celebration on court to reflect on his career. But 2024 is, I would imagine, where he calls it quits for Rafa Nadal. Maybe he tries one more Roland Garros. I'm not sure. But his top-tiered playing games are effectively behind him. And we're just left with Novak Djokovic, who, obviously is great in his own right. But even with just Novak Djokovic really holding the crown of the big 3 over the past couple of years, the American men still are close but no cigar. Tiafoe made the U.S. Open semi in 2022. Great run. Came up short. Tommy Paul made the Australian Open semis in 2023. Great run. Came up short. And Ben Shelton made the 2023 U.S. Open semis last year. Great result. Came up short. So, I don't know. Francis, he says in this picture, hopefully we stop that streak of Andy Roddick in 03. Someone's gonna have to shake because I am ready to celebrate some U.S. flags lifting Grand Slam trophies, or hell, maybe trophies is a stretch. A trophy at this point is what I like to celebrate for the U.S. So hopefully that happens. If not this U.S. Open, but soon. Uzo says Tiafoe's next. Actually, let me put some eyes on his match really quick. Because he's playing. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Because I should drink some water. By the way, going back to this, Sloane Stephens is rolling. I don't know what they put in her drink before they come out here, but Sloane Stephens is rolling. I think they just showed Vera Wang in the audience. But that might be why. I'm hearing some commentary faintly in my ear about Lindsay Davenport talking about Sloane Stephens' forehand and how she kind of stopped going for it as much, which is true. But Nadeem said, "Love how Sloane is playing like she remembers who she is." Oh, look, Nadeem, there's a nice picture of you. You should add that to your Twitter profile, so we're not looking at just the U.S. Open court when we're talking to you on Twitter Spaces. But yeah, she remembers who she is. For the first 10 games of this match, she's won 9 of them. So let's hope she continues that trend. I know some people are not really gunning for an uncompetitive match, but a Sloane Stephens win, regardless of how we get it, sign me up for that. I see a question for me. whatever happened to Donald Young? I actually just watched a quick interview with Donald Young not that long ago, and he is actually, this U.S. Open is his last professional tournament. I believe he's playing mixed doubles with Taylor Townsend, which is cool because Taylor Townsend gives a lot of credit to Donald Young and his family for getting her into tennis and kind of setting the foundation for her. But Donald Young is retiring. He had a couple of years there where he was kind of on the challenger circuit, really searching for form. And I think he is, not even think, I know he is transitioning to pickleball. Yeah, like some people are saying in the comments, I think Donald Young is a pickleball player now. Isn't Donald Young a pickleball player? Yes, he is, and he's playing his last professional tennis match at the U.S. Open in mixed doubles. So I think that'll start either late this week or early next week, the mixed doubles draw. So if you're looking for a last shot of watching Donald Young, yeah, he is going to be playing mixed doubles with Taylor Townsend, I believe, and off he goes into pickleball land. I'm gonna switch my stream if I can over to Frances Tiafoe. I'll come back to Miss Sloane Stephens. Don't you worry. To make sure she can close this out. But in the meantime, let's give some eyes and some love to. Can't seem to see why I can't find a picture of Frances Tiafoe's kid currently. Help me out. Help me out, Twitter. Somebody say he looks like a. I think somebody say he looks like an Easter egg or something. But this picture is going to suffice. Let me see if I can find his score really quickly. Nigel said Francis is serving nicely. Okay, all right, all right. Put some eyes on that so I can confirm it for myself. That's good to hear. Said tussle against Arthur Rinderknecht. Wishing him luck in the tone of Venus Williams. Wishing him luck. Wishing him luck. Wishing him luck. All right, can you guys see that score for Francis Tiafoe? Derek said this night session is going to be short. I mean, you know, there's actually a couple more matches to go. We have Novak Djokovic after Sloane Stephens and Arthur Ashe, and then after this Francis match, we have Aryna Sabalenka on Armstrong. So there's 2 full more matches to complete, 1 best of 5 and 1 best of 3. Let me mute the commentary of the lovely Mary Carrillo and Lindsay Davenport, which was a great change from I think John McEnroe was what I was hearing when I turned on ESPN, and I just cannot. In 2024, I do not want to hear John McEnroe's voice in the booth because uninformed would be putting it mildly. Sorry to any John McEnroe fans out there. Derek said Sabalenka and Novak match is going to be short as well. I mean, hey, it might be. I mean, the Novak match definitely screams short as the Sabalenka. But I mean, I hope they don't, double or triple bagel their opponents because that's not fun. I mean, I guess you're a super fan of them, then sure. But we're close to 300 viewers right now, by the way, across YouTube and X. So if you're in that 300 and haven't subscribed on YouTube, do me a favor and do that. I'd appreciate it. Uzo, Chris Eubanks is in a 5th set against Arthur Rinderknecht. He is, let's see. He is on serve 2-1. Rinderknecht serving to level it at 2-all. They're on serve though. Is there no one under the age of 55 employed by ESPN? Honestly, how old is Renee Stubbs? Renee Stubbs not be 55 yet. And maybe Mary Jo Fernandez is right at that cusp. Yeah, we talk about this often in my space. Oh, Renee Stubbs is 53, so she's under 55, and I think Mary Jo Fernandez is around that age too. But the age to be a tennis channel analyst, commentator, broadcaster is just creeping on up slowly but surely, because you got Cliff Drysdale, John McEnroe, Chris Evert, Pam Shriver, who, I mean, respect to what they have done and built as far as tennis commentary over the years at ESPN, but my gosh, they have been on television since the 90s. Like literally. Some of them since the 80s, maybe, like late 80s. And it's just like fresh blood. Where is there? Now, over on Tennis Channel, we do get some fresh faces that are like, oh, I know what it feels like to play against some of these guys and girls on tour, but they're not always the best at what they do. So, yeah, I don't know. They need to give me a shot. Give me a good old microphone, put me on the court, courtside or in the booth, and let's talk about it. I'd be watching my phone and getting you guys' comments and watching the tennis at the same time, because it's so much more entertaining that way when you engage live with the audience compared to what they're doing. Not, again, it's not there, so more power to them. Actually, let me turn on the commentary for this Francis match to see who's doing it, because I can't hear them. Let's see who's doing it. Who is this voice I hear? What is his name? He's a Brit. I can't think of his name. He's calling Tiafoe and Kovacevic right now. I think that's James Blake's voice I heard too. Somebody let me know if you're listening to that on your television right now. Who's calling this Francis Tiafoe match? He looks dope in this purple. Got to give it to him. Jason Goodall. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, Jason Goodall and James Blake are on the call for this Francis Tiafoe match. Not a bad duo. Not terrible. James Blake, played in the 2000s. Jason Goodall should be younger than 55. Let's check. And before anybody's like, Miles, you're age shaming, or you being ageist, I'm not. Like, you can be an active and engaged broadcaster well into your 70s. It's just that I wouldn't describe the ones that we have at ESPN or necessarily active, engaged, or at the top of their game. Wouldn't necessarily put those adjectives or descriptors next to them. And yeah. Oh, Jason Goodall is 57, so never mind. Yeah. I mean, I aspire to be 57 one day. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to be like, I want to age. Aging is beautiful. But I would hope that in my 50s, I still have my finger on the pulse as much as I can of what's happening in the sport that I'm lucky enough to broadcast. Because it's not like people are walking around here like, with ESPN gigs and jobs. Like, that's people aspire to get that. And when you are a fan listening to some of the stuff that they put out there on television, it's like, geez, do you even watch? Like, what are you doing? ESPN shows tennis 3 times a year these days. 3 times. Australian Open, Wimbledon, and US Open. There's a lot of time in between for you to brush up on your broadcasting skills and even knowing what's going on in the sport. But I mean, from the very opening time that they open up the cameras and the broadcast at ESPN, it's very clear that little goes in. Like, the effort that you would want to see go into the knowledge of what's happening in tennis is just very minimal. I mean, I was watching the broadcast for all of an hour, and somebody on ESPN introduced Donna Vekic as a Wimbledon runner-up. That's not true. Did she have a good run at Wimbledon? Yes. And like, do you stumble over your words sometimes? Yes. All of those things are possible, but it's harder to like give people the benefit of the doubt when those fumbles are constant. And I mean, if you're only showing this sport 3 times a year, you should kind of be on it in those 3 times. And Donna Vekic did not get to the final of Wimbledon. She got to the semifinals, for those that didn't know and were leaning on ESPN to tell them otherwise. Joshua Wise asked, did they bring back Alexander Stevenson? I don't know, Joshua. That's a good question. This is my first time seeing you in the chat, by the way, my guy. Make sure you subscribe and like this video if you haven't already. But that's a good question. I haven't seen or heard Alexander Stevenson's voice on the ESPN broadcast today. So maybe she shows up later in the in the week or week after. I don't know. Good call though. Uzo said organized tennis is like public office. The geezers don't want to give it a rest. Yeah, I don't know. When I get into my 60s, I don't. I mean, there's a beautiful thing that comes with being a tennis broadcaster, especially if you have a gig outside of ESPN tennis where you're doing the traveling week to week to week. I'm sure it's tough to a certain degree, but it's also cool. Like you get to, like I said before, you get to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in this wonderful and crazy sport. But yeah, they it's the same names year in year out. Sorry if that makes me sound like a hater, but it really is the same voices year in year out, talking about the same thing. So, by the way, sorry, I was listening to this ESPN commercial for in the arena, Serena Williams, which actually comes to a close at uh, the last episode airs on Wednesday. So, by the way, I got to show this really quickly because it's it's Serena Williams. By the way, I don't know if I've added this to the go away. I don't want this layout. I don't want to see myself so largely. I want to see Serena. What is going on? What is going on? What happened? Are they talking about on ESPN? They want to see a match in that way. I know what you're talking about, but okay, this format isn't working for me. Sorry, me and Streamyard have some issues at times, but I was just trying to pub Serena Williams in the arena because we've been talking about that the past couple of weeks on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't watched that, make sure that you do because it's a good watch. The series and my recap of the series on YouTube are both good watches. So check that out if you haven't watched it already. Oh, we got breaking news from Miss Shaw herself. She says, Karima says, Stevenson is no longer with ESPN. Her contract was not renewed. Interesting. Interesting. Can't say that if I was in the contract making business, I would be shelling out a new one either. Can't say that with full confidence, but at least she was a newish face to break up you know, the monotony. Oh, Scott, yeah. Scott said could it have been Nishioka? Yeah, because they cut to Kesmanovich's name in the draw moving forward. He collapsed and retired in the fifth set. Dang, tough. It's really tough, actually. I hope he's okay. Let me take back over to Sloane Stephens match. Francis and Kovacevic are on serve. Let me see the score for Sloane really quickly. Sloane is up a set, obviously, and 4-2 in the second set. So Sloane is still in the driver's seat big time. 4-3 now, excuse me. 4-3 for Sloane Stephens. Yeah, Derek, shout out to you engaging in the chat. This is a very, very it's a contentious conversation about best of five in Grand Slams because I feel like there seems to be a line in the sand that's being drawn in real time because there are very staunch, you know, preservers of the innocence of tennis. I guess if you want to put it that way, who believe that if you take away best of five sets from Grand Slams, then you're doing a massive disservice to the sport. I don't align myself with that, but you look at the matchups that you get in the first round, and like later on tonight, it's going to be Novak Djokovic versus Radu Albat. Respect to what Radu Albat does as a professional athlete, respect to what he's accomplished, but he's not really going to sniff a set against Novak Djokovic in that match. And they have to play best of 5 to get through that match. And it's like the first couple of rounds when it's really, David versus Goliath or 125 ranked versus 2, those matchups typically do not offer a lot as far as viewing pleasure. And they take up so much time broadcast wise and on the actual court itself. So yeah, it's a lot of it is boring, like Nigel said. That best of 5 format in the opening rounds, it's so hit or miss, and it's mostly miss, that honestly I would not be mad if they do away with it or find a hybrid like they do for other scoring formats. Because I was just looking at some stuff at the Olympics, score wise. 2008 Olympics, which like that was a decade plus ago. In the grand scheme of things, the grand schemes of tennis, that wasn't that long ago. They were able to play best of 3 up until the medal rounds, and I want to say the actual gold medal match was best of 5. So there's precedent set there for being able to ask these athletes to shift the scoring or the outcome best of 3 or best of 5 in the middle of a tournament, and everybody still walk home satisfied and the champion. Because when people talk about the 2008 Olympics, no one's like, "Dang, I wish that quarterfinal match was best of 5 instead of best of 3." Like, I don't really hear those conversations. But I mean, a final at a Grand Slam for men being best of 5, and even for women being best of 5, that offers a lot more as far as entertainment and watchability than a first round where Novak Djokovic is playing against the 175th best player in the world. I don't see how you can really market that, because people are even going to fall asleep, leave, go back to their cars. You're effectively just showcasing nothing for a large portion of that match. So yeah, a lot of it is boring and can be tweaked. But the powers that be in tennis would rather keep things traditional and how they always have been than be dynamic and make great decisions to where we are in the world now. But hey, that's my opinion. Hopefully people keep having these conversations. I'm going to keep having them every time a Grand Slam rolls around and I'm looking at a best of 5 match that could have been over an hour earlier and everyone could have been back in the recovery room by now. But tennis will be tennis. Looks like Francis just went down on the court not long ago, because I hear James Blake saying that Francis is a guy that tends to sweat a lot, which is true. They're at 2 all in the second set, by the way. What do you guys think? I know Derek just said what I said here. Women and men can play best of 5 in the second week. Agreed. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I mean, I don't think it would be that big of a deal for like first Sunday, like the first Sunday to Sunday or the first Sunday to Saturday. You play best of 3 sets. Everybody, men, women, whatever. You're out there in singles. You play best of 3 sets. You need to come to the court ready and on point to do what you have to do. The second week, that following Sunday to Saturday, or that following Sunday, yeah, that middle Sunday to the final Sunday, best of 5. Let's run it. You're in the second week of a Grand Slam. The stakes are higher. More people are going to be there. Yeah, best of 5. I'm with that. It's about time to implement that. I'm going to switch over to the Sloane Stephens match. Oh, it's always crazy when I go back to being like the main thing on the camera. Score and get on the screen. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. Sloane Stephens is a game away from getting into the second round. Yeah, Tanisha, I'm glad you're open to that concept. I don't see why we can't adopt that because, yeah, it's been done before. 2008 Olympics, and I'm sure if it happened in 2008 Olympics, it happened in Olympics before that, where the last round was played best of 5 sets, which was completely different from the rounds before that. So it's possible for these players to adjust to different format scores or format changes mid-tournament. Tanisha brought up a great question. Have you discussed Ben Shelton's comments on Coco's appeal? Tanisha, I haven't seen that. If you're on Twitter at the moment, feel free to tag me or send me an article where he talks about that. I'm down to read that because I think Ben Shelton and Coco are great for the United States as far as getting people energized into tennis. Mr. Green, I see you back there. Are you ready to come back on stage? Okay, cool.
My apologies. Asher had to be taken
Hey,
out, and he
okay,
went.
what had to be taken down?
Asher had to be taken out because he was not about to poop in my house.
Oh, oh.
Yeah. You know, he doing pretty well. Let's see how he do tomorrow when he got to go to the vet for them shots and he running away from the needle.
I know dogs are expensive, so more power to you.
Yeah. Oh, Chad, for the 3 vaccines he got to get on this day tomorrow, I'm gonna pay $275, and I just ooh. Also, you don't die.
Not your
Also, you
dog is
don't die.
more vaccinated than some of us.
Okay. Also, you don't die. I don't understand why it's not free.
What do you feel about best of 3 versus best of 5, Karan? Joshua says, do we have any players' opinions about best of 3 versus 5? I feel like I never really hear them talk about it.
Well, I think some players
Yeah,
have
that's a good
talked
point.
about it. Some of the men are in favor because if they get a slow start, then they feel as if they have time, to get going within the match. I don't necessarily
Mm-hmm.
think that we have to have 5-set tennis in the first week of the Grand Slam. I mean, I think back to that Cincinnati final from last year between Novak and Carlos, and that was just a
Mm-hmm.
magnificent final from beginning to end, and it was 3 sets. It was well over 3 hours. That was plenty tennis for us. They
Mm-hmm.
were both tired as all get out, and so I don't know what 5-set proves to anyone. And in the era where we're at with equal prize money and things like that, having 5 sets doesn't sway me at all. And so I believe that we can go. I'm fine with going down with 3 sets for the whole dang tournament at a major.
The whole tournament?
The whole tournament. Because
Even in the
if no,
final?
yeah, because if Novak win, I want him to win quick, so I don't got to see it.
But what if your fave comes out like slow or nervous or whatever the case, which we've literally seen before, and it's over before you know it, and you paid $200 to sit in that damn seat for 55 minutes?
Okay, first of all, whoever got money for finals tickets, can we be together? I mean, I got a nice house, I'm very clean, I got a nice job. So if you got minus for some finals tickets, let's get together. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed the ass whooping Carlos Alcaraz put on Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon. And what was that? Like,
That was like a
yeah,
little over
so
an
I mean,
hour.
yeah, I'd be fine with it.
Mm, I would be fine for best of 3. I think the perfect happy medium best of three first week up until like the fourth round / quarterfinals. Like there needs to be a hard stop for when the best of three ends and best of five begins,
Mm-hmm.
and that needs to be when I think the easiest way to be would be second week when that second Sunday rolls around, best of five. Whether we're in the fourth round phase, the fourth round stage, or quarterfinal, second Sunday means quarterfinal. I mean, second Sunday means best of five, and I'm fine with that because by second Sunday you really should only have fourth round / quarterfinals, semis, and finals. Like that's cool. That's a lot less tennis and a lot less stress over the damn courts itself on the first week, especially the natural surfaces like clay and grass. Like that's less time to be, out there getting drenched in rain and run all over and all that stuff. So
I just want to say
Sloane got broken when she served for the match. Oh no.
I just want to say Nigel's in agreement that it can be the whole tournament. Thank you, Nigel.
But y'all are saying that from the lens of not really wanting to watch some of these matches. I know that.
Because some of these matches are boring.
Not being bothered.
Like some of these matches are boring.
I agree.
Like
I agree.
Please.
Oh, Tiafoe score update is up 4-2 in the second set, by the way. And he's serving to go up 5-2 and keep that break advantage. Let me switch my eyeballs back over to Sloane Stephens because looks like we have a match on our hands now.
Just because she lost one game?
Well, it's 5-all in the second set. That's a match.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay. I thought it was 5-1. Never mind. Oh, okay, she looked good.
Yeah, I mean, I still had a feeling in my stomach when she was up 6-love in a break that the match wasn't over. Because Clara Burrell, I mean, she's not a household name by any means yet, but she's also not a slouch. She's beaten Pegula at a slam this year.
Well, that's not hard to do, Miles.
I mean, honestly, kind of, sort of, it is.
Is it?
I mean, yeah, quarterfinal is Pegula's our quarterfinal queen. So beating her in the second round is proven to be tough.
Okay. She had some questionable losses this year at the slams. I think back to Wimbledon this year that she lost to Wong and things like that.
But you know what? Would Sloane Stephens be one of the women that would have benefited from playing best of five sets? I think she would have been.
Oh yeah, she definitely would have been. Because I think sometimes she plays better at the end of those two setters. She plays.
I think when things get longer at her peak, this hasn't always been true, and she hasn't always prioritized. I would think is like fitness and endurance, but at her peak, Sloane Stephens looked like she could be out there forever, and her opponent couldn't. So sometimes there's some matches where she kind of gets hit off the court, and the match is over with before it's really gotten started. I think she could have benefited from best of five sets. So,
agreed. And she looking mighty good in this red.
She does look great.
And y'all like to talk about that big workday thing on Naomi Osaka. That Motorola patch is right there. Slim it down just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's so funny they be talking about tennis is so damn stupid sometimes. Like, why do you, I agree within a certain lane, like your sponsorship. Oh, these are beautiful pictures. I agree that you should not have some big ass sign across your chest that says whatever your sponsor is. But when they get on the court and you're like, oh my God, this is 2 centimeters too big.
Okay.
They tried that with somebody on a tennis court not long ago, and I was like, oh, brother. Who cares? Who cares? He's doing backflips over here, Kron.
Not Scott said Claire Burrell, Kim Burrell. I just want y'all to know that Kim Burrell said
They do have similar.
Kim Burrell apologized for her past comments. I just want everybody to know.
She always apologizes and don't actually mean it.
She said that she loves everyone in the community and that her words were never meant to harm.
Well, my words, I have 3 letters for her, and they go with KMA. How about that?
Oh, not KMA.
Lord Jesus. Very explicit.
AMA. I mean, you don't know what that stands for. You
I
might,
know what
but
it
you don't
stands
know.
for.
Do you know? Do you know?
Yes, Miles, I do know. Knowing your mouth, I know exactly what it
Wow,
means.
not my mouth. My mouth. I am of the profanity. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Sloane Stephens, I'm looking. Where
Um,
are the people giving me live quality pictures of these athletes as they actually played? Like, what the hell? Stop playing on my face.
Derek Edwards said, "I'm surprised that there is not any top players critical of Yannick Sinner, and there are some players. Carlos was critical of him.
They're just not the top.
Yeah, well, yes, but Carlos was a little critical of him, and that's why I'm at war with with Yannick fans on Twitter, because you can't come for Carlos and think I'm gonna stand down. But
And I don't even think Carlos was by the fact that there's a lot of layers. I don't think he used the word layers, but there's a lot of going on in that case with Yannick Sinner that we haven't been
yep,
privy to, which is true. Like, that's true. Any of this stuff for the long until we did
agreed.
and done our research. Like, no, this you mean to tell me this man been doping for months and we didn't find out about it until the eve of the U.S. Open? Nope.
But Michael Yeamer, Mikael Yeamer.
Yeah, Mikael Emer. Oh, what's the score update on Sloane? This is that red outfit
6-5.
she's wearing. Is Claire Burrell up 6-5 or no?
Yeah, Claire Burrell's
Stevens
up
is now
6-5
serving
with
to stay.
yes. I'm Sloan. Can I just say, Arthur Ashe Stadium is literally, in my opinion, when you look at it from the top of the bowl down, it is such a gorgeous stadium, and I don't think it gets the praise that it deserves. But it's such a gorgeous. Now on the outside, it's ugly, but like when you looking on the inside, very beautiful stadium.
Wait, I think the outside is pretty cool. Like, how you can see those beams like really holding it up. That looks cool on
And
the
and
outside.
that's what I hate. And that's what I hate. I don't like seeing the bees holding it up.
Why? What the beams did to you?
No, I just think we're into that exposed beam era, and I don't like it.
Exposed beam error is crazy.
For real. But I mean, I really do. Arthur Ashe is one of the most gorgeous stadiums in tennis. Oh, brother, they got Chrissy Everett talking. Ugh.
I'm
How
so
she?
weak. Wait, I really have to do better on Twitter. Tanisha just tried to tag me in something that she wanted me to read. The person had me blocked. We actually have each other blocked.
Every time I love sending you stuff because I'm like, it's 50-50. Either Miles is blocked or he gonna be able to see this. I truly do enjoy it.
Oh, I can still see things. Don't you worry. There's ways around it. I can still see things, but
Because you're gonna
I
go.
just have to
Okay, you
do
know
it.
what? Shut up, Karan.
Oh, it's Tanisha, it's okay if you didn't know. I mean, I can't expect you to know that. It's completely fine. It's just socials. Feel free to. I mean, if you're watching this and you don't like what I say, listen. Let me know if you block me, so I can block you back. We can have a block party.
Miles, just so you know, Sloane's about to lose this second set. She's down.
Look at the score.
40.
Look at the score. Look at the score on the computer right now. What does that
Oh,
look
okay.
like to you?
Your score is at hyper speed. Okay, and I got direct TV chat. Yeah, that forehand was kind of crazy. It didn't even look like she tried. Well, let me go back to Tiafoe since they're gonna be there for a while.
Scott
I mean,
said two horrid forehands to close the set. Karima said, "Look at the screen."
you know what, Karima? Not too much. You want that direct TV stream now, so you was behind anyway.
Oh wait, Hold on now.
She better take more than a bathroom break. Who is it? Is that Nadine? I know that's right, Nadine.
Who? Where? Oh, Nadeem said Sloane better take a bathroom break.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can log into Twitter and pull up this little thing and read it with y'all because this is very interesting verbiage. If this is exactly what Ben Shelton has said, it looks like. Let me see. Hold on. No, I'm blocked, so I can't see it. Oh, hold on. Let me do some research. Hold on. I gotta log out of this. Okay, hold on.
Give me 1 second. I gotta yell at my dog. He is tearing my shoe up. Okay, I'm back.
You back? Okay, that's not the right password for that different account. Whatever. I know what I can do though. I can screenshot this. I think.
If Yannick can be on bed, so can Sloan. Oh, Karima, not you coming for Nadine.
What did Karina say?
Oh well, look who has a profile pic.
Don't you see Nadeem? Don't he look good?
Yeah, you know,
An actual player, actual person.
You know, Karima, you know, if you actually scroll through Nadine's Twitter, you will see that he has had pictures before, but Karima too lazy to do that. Feel like you, Karima.
Ben Shelton, U.S. Open press. Damn, the tennis letter got me blocked. Everybody got me blocked. What did I do?
The tennis letter got. I mean, they don't really be talking about nothing that way.
They don't.
Nadine?
I mean, there's nothing original about their teeth. It's just regurgitated shit.
Now, Scary T. Now you can't talk because there ain't nobody on this state where Miles has, so I can't say that. But a lot of us have not seen your picture either, Scary T.
Nadine said, "I am a tennis court." That's crazy.
Oh, Chris Eubanks is in the fifth set. He has advantage here, 5-all in the fifth against Render Connect, and he gets to hold. Oh no, never mind. Back to deuce. And where I tell you they was going to be at Miles, what court you think they on right now?
Who?
Eubanks and Render Connect. Where you think they at?
What court are they on?
Court 11. No fans. No, it actually is pretty packed. I will say that. Oh, well, dang, Scott, my bad. I did
Bear
see
with
yours.
my Twitter that I can see.
My bad, Scott. I did not see your Chris Eubanks updates. My fault. Jose Magrado. Oh, Sloane. It's like a collective slap. It's like a cold collective sigh
Did he
on
just
Twitter.
tweet that?
Oh, Sloane. Yes, he did.
That's crazy.
Also, Coco's kid from today, one of my faves that she's ever put on. I will give her 10s for that one.
Sorry, y'all, I'm doing some admin stuff. I thought Nigel popped up in the background here. Because all I hear is them damn. Oh, I forgot we can add music to the back. I forgot about that.
Where's Karima? You're not gonna come on stage and correct us about Sloane?
I gave Karima a link to come on. Can you hear that, Karan?
I can't hear nothing.
You don't hear the background music?
Okay, now I can. Feels like you turn it up. Karima talking about I'm doing payroll. Okay, and I'm doing some research right now, Karima. I'm answering emails. Oh, so what you saying? You can't multitask? Her, Karima?
Me?
No, Karima. She said she's listening and watching and doing time cards. Okay, her. That was her telling me she's a busy woman.
I'm trying to reset a password and do shit. Sorry, y'all that are like, what is Mouse doing? Why is he not moderating this space? I'm trying to do something that requires a little bit more of my bandwidth.
Oh my God, Wendy Williams was spotted in public for the first time today.
Doing what?
Well, she was out in public, Miles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. That's good. How did you look?
But I'm about to send it to you.
Okay, please do.
There you go. Oh, Nadine said we're used to it, Miles. I know that's right.
Nadeem really wants to fight me. And when I see him, it's gonna be on Donkey Kong.
Child, you don't even go to Georgia.
I can get there. Don't you worry.
Oh, okay, now you got money. I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, book me a flight.
I hate when iPhone wants you to use the stupid password that's like not even like who could remember that?
Oh yes, Derek. Miss Sakari, Miss Flopari, Miss
Oh
should
my
never
god,
come back
please.
to a tennis court ever again. Ari, Miss, please leave us alone. Ari, yeah, she retired in that second set. And I want to say Karima called that from the in y'all tennis space yesterday, correct?
Yeah, I didn't have Sakura going through the next round either.
Mm.
Whether she won or retired.
It was just one or the other. Glad that y'all knew.
Okay, there we go. Let's see how I did that.
Nadine, what's the injury? Name the injury.
Well, you didn't know Sakura retired with
What's your, what? Now you act like I turned on that match. I was watching scores and I saw retired and I said, oh, she must.
At least I thought she tuned into tennis enough to know that Sakura, the number 9 seed at the U.S. Open, had retired in her first match after the first set, but I guess not.
We talking about Maria Sakkari? You thought that I was tuned into Maria Sakkari?
Tuned. It's the show is not called Tuned into Maria Sakkari. It's called Tuned into Tennis. And what does Maria Sakkari play? Tennis.
Okay, well we tuned out of her tennis. Everybody else tennis we can be tuned in, but not hers. Not until she gives me a reason to feel inspired. And Sloane breaks for the first game in the third set. Let me go back to Francis.
I love it. I love it here.
Oh, Ben Rothenberg. This is one of those things that this is one of those matches that isn't good. It's long. Mary Carrillo remains a treasure. Well, no. A treasure is a strong word.
Look, Joshua laughed at me because he agreed. This is called Tuned in Tennis, not Tuned in Maria Sakkari.
Well, we can be tuned into tennis and be tuned out
Okay,
about what soccer is doing.
actually,
Oh, Tiafoe.
let's tune into this conversation that Ben Shelton apparently is trying to have, or a quote he gave to the U.S. press following his match. I would assume so much. He said, "quote You see something from her that's special and different." "Quote I would like to know your opinion as a young American player." This is from a journalist. "Why do people love golf so much? Is it personality, game, or a mix?" "Quote, it's something that in your mind, right?" Shout out to Corey and Candy Golf because I think the name is half of it smiling. "It's a name you remember. She's charismatic, such a great athlete, has so many qualities out there that resemble a male player.
Oh
The
God.
way she moves, the way she moves, and the way she can defend. You see something from her that's special and different. She's into it every time she's out on court. I think there's that's something except the she plays. What is it? What do you say? There's so many qualities out there that resemble a male player. I don't know why. I don't know why he landed on that, or like how that got molded into the conversation.
Yeah, the male part is what blew me. Miles, you're also very choppy. I thought it was just me, so I wasn't saying anything. I was dealing with it, but the other folks are experiencing it as well.
I'm choppy poppy. Hold on, it might be because of the streams I'm watching.
Oh
Got too
God,
many
come on.
things open at once.
Tiafo is down a break in his third set, and Eubanks is down love 3 in this tie break. 10-set tie break.
Joshua said, "Oh, that's not." Yeah, why did he put that in there?
It was the male feature part that I was like, okay, we were chugging along, and then yeah, no.
Why did he? I mean, it's not the end of the world. Am I still choppy, Karan, or is it better
You're
or no?
it's better. So it comes and goes. So
Okay. Well, hey, I'm not rich enough yet to have an Ethernet cord.
you want me to send you one, friend?
Please do, so I can plug it right up to my Netgear Wi-Fi is right behind me.
I know that's right.
By the way, if anybody wants to contribute to the fund that is tuned into tennis, I'll post my Buy Me a Coffee link so you can do just that.
I don't like that it's buy me coffee and you can buy other things besides coffee. I don't know why I don't like that. It bothers me, but I digress.
I mean, it's just like a GoFundMe. It's essentially what it is.
Mhm.
There's another name for it because it's more casual.
Well,
I don't like this music.
We talked about this last night. Derek just asked in a round 3 matchup, Shelton versus Tiafoe, who needs to win more? And my argument remains the same that it's Tiafoe.
Mm-hmm.
That loss last year at the U.S. Open, he wasn't the same after he lost that match, and then losing a title to Ben Shelton after that at Houston is very much screaming Tiafoe needs to win this match. He needs to get some confidence inside of that matchup to do better.
I am going to remove myself from the stage really quickly, Karan.
Oh, amen.
So
Okay.
hold it down just for a little bit. Hold it down for just a little bit while I refresh my internet.
Now look, this ain't like Twitter Spaces where the whole thing gonna close now, is it?
No, it's not. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Nadine, that's an interesting perspective that he could have been talking about the way she hits the ball, which I hope so. That then I would take back my feeling toward if that is indeed what he's talking about. Scott, you agree? Do you think he has a chance to win the match?
I'm back. I think.
Welcome back, brother Miles.
Can you hear me? Okay.
We can hear you.
Can you see me? Okay.
We can hear and see you.
Is it a little bit better?
Yeah, I told you the choppiness comes and goes. You're not choppy right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
I think Ben Mankoko has crossover appeal to viewers that prefer men's tennis forever for whatever reason.
Let's hope that he meant that. Let's
Let's
hope
hope
that
he
he
meant
meant that.
that.
But his 21-year-old brain just kind of.
Woo, that 21-year-old brain get him in a lot of trouble lately. But okay. Um,
Eek, 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 eek.
Same way that
That's
Asher
actually a good way to
Wilson.
put it, Uzo. Uzo, that's a great way to put it. Like, I mean, for whatever reason, those people in the world just refuse to acknowledge women's tennis as an elite sport and one of the most elite women's sports in the world. Those weird thinking people, Coco does kind of have some appeal because she can. She doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't play very often wham bam thank you ma'am tennis, and I feel like a lot of people that talk down on women's tennis look at, say, a match with Amanda Nisimova, how like one swing of the racket, the point can be done, which in my humble opinion is wonderful. Like I don't mind that at all, but some people feel like that takes away from the athleticism and the I guess the fun at its core of men's tennis, and Coco doesn't play just like that. Sometimes she can, but she doesn't play just like that, you know. So
There was I didn't hear this. I don't know if you was watching the Sloane match to begin with, but there was a question by Crystal. It said, "Why are the commentator disrespecting Steven? She is a Grand Slam champion." But was Chrissy Evan and Chris? I mean, we all know they
it
both can be
was
problematic.
it probably was Chris Everett and John McEnroe on the ESPN call, but I switched over specifically to the ESPN 3
Feed.
because I couldn't do John McEnroe. Yeah, the ESPN 3 feed. I couldn't do John McEnroe and Friends, and it was Mary Carrillo and Lindsay Davenport. And I think they structured the conversation around Sloane a lot more tactfully. Which I mean, you can't have a conversation about Sloane in 2024 and not acknowledge the elephant in the room that sometimes she goes out there and it's a complete mess. And a lot of the mess is rooted in the fact that she doesn't look really, no pun intended, tuned in.
Well, she hasn't been looking that way. She only looks tuned in when she's playing.
Can you hear me, Karan?
Yes, can you hear me? Oh Jesus! Yeah.
I mean, she lost first round there this year too. Yeah, I can hear you.
So yeah. So I'm just I don't have expectations for Sloane. Yeah, it is starting to act like tennis Twitter. How did you get my shoe?
Hold, please. Hold, please.
Up, Scott. You should be happy. Eubanks has tied this back up 6-all here in this final match tiebreak. Was down 2-5. So I don't know why Miles got this. I don't know why Miles got this elevator music on.
I mean, elevator music is better than complete silence, no?
Ooh, I
Jeez,
thought you
y'all
was
don't give me
going.
credit for nothing.
I thought you was going and couldn't hear me. You know, I like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Francis Tiafoe is about to. He broke
What?
serve
He's
and
about to what?
he's about to go down 1-3 in this set, in this third set.
Yeah, Sloane Stephens and Francis Tiafoe do have some things in common, unfortunately.
The flop gene just jumps out of nowhere. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, but honestly, this is a solid time for the conversation. Whose career would you rather at this point?
I mean, I would rather have
Francis Tiafoe,
Sloane.
or
Ooh.
Sloane Stephens?
I would rather have Sloane's career because at least she has a major, has made it to another major final in the French Open, has a 1,000. And, and all Francis can do right now is give us a couple 250s here and there. So I would rather have Sloane's. Oh, but this is a good point from Francis. Very good point. Very moving his opponent around
Wait,
the court.
this is my first time getting eyes on Clara Burrell's updo in this match. She pulled that hair up and she got it twisted and bunned up like she ready for war. Oh, that's right.
Oh, Karima. Well, Eubanks doing what he does best. Flop.
Why do y'all have such? Why are y'all so quick to call Chris Eubanks a flop when a year ago, like actually 2 years ago, y'all were not watching his matches at all?
Oh, thank you, Ma. I was going. I don't have no expectations for that man.
Like
I don't think he's a flop.
he's not a flop. If anything, Chris Eubanks that with that grab for a title the week before Wimbledon and get into the quarters, he overachieved. Like I don't consider him a flop. I think he's going to use that 15 minutes of fame. I hate to use that phrase, but he's going to use that 15 minute of fame that made people talk about him and prolong that into a good tennis career. I think because he's a likable guy. I don't want to call him a flop. If anything, he's an overachiever. That might be like a positive fatty mindset, but
he's a commentator. Mm-hmm.
He's not just a commentator either. He's also a tennis professional on the tour. It's just that I don't really expect him to go deep week to week because that's never been the career he has. And Derek is damn right. Guess what he is though? And I said this,
brother.
I said this when it came up. Where is it? Hold on. Wait,
yeah,
no.
don't do too much. Don't do too much with this Olympic.
Eubanks is an Olympian. That's the real thing of it. Imagine 10 years from now, in the last 10 years, we look at Chris Eubanks as a prominent tennis commentator, pundit in the sport. When he writes either a autobiography or something like that, he gets to add that he was an Olympian to his resume. Everybody that plays professional sports does not have that. They don't have it. That adds to his appeal when he does speaking engagements and all of that stuff. You got to pay him for being an Olympian. So guess what? It is what it is. Did he lose today? Did he lose in a tie break in the fifth set valiantly to Arthur Rinderknech? Yes. But goddamn it, he's an Olympian. And a Wimbledon quarterfinalist. Everybody don't have that to their credit.
Did we have him going to the second round?
I think I had him winning against Rinderknech and losing in the second round. Yeah, I think I did.
Yes, because he was going to lose to Andre Rublev in the next round. Yes, yes.
Rinderknech has beat Rublev before. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh.
So maybe Rublev goes out next round. I don't know.
Maybe
Derek
that might help him.
Derek said that Eubanks will make the Olympics in 2028 as well. I don't know about going that far, Mr. Edwardson. 4 years is a long time. But I would, knock on wood, with health, I would actually say that Ben Shelton is going to be an Olympian in 2028 quicker than I would say Chris Eubanks is. I'd say that.
Miles, I'm sorry to inform you that Rinderknech has never beaten Andre Rublev.
It hasn't been close. It hasn't been close.
Um,
No,
well,
I made
sure,
that
it's
up.
been close. It's been close. 7-6, 6-4, 6-3, 7, 6-3, 6-1, 7-5.
Yes, that's damn close, Karan.
6-3, 6-1, 7-5 is close.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Okay. And surprisingly, that was actually at the round of 32 last year at the U.S. Open. Was that
I
6
knew that.
3
I
6
knew
1
they had
7
played
5?
an interesting match before. I knew I didn't make that up.
Oh, well, look, my cursor was over, so I didn't see it. Ritter Connect has taken a set. He took a set 3-6.
Thank you.
That still don't mean that it's close.
Yeah, some people have very interesting. Um, yeah, people have very interesting expectations for Chris Eubanks now, based off of them like 3 weeks he had on grass in 2023. Like, calm down. Carino Busta is getting whooped right now. Is he? Oh, wait, Karan just dipped out of here and didn't tell nobody nothing. Had me looking out at my phone like an idiot. Thanks. Yeah, Davidovich Fokina lost to Rinky Hijikata. Nadim, sorry to burst your bubble there. What else happened in men's scores? Somebody said Pablo Carreño Busta. Why can't I find that? Oh, I see. Yeah. He is getting worked by Arthur Cazot. I do see that. Derek Edwardson is going to make sure we know the resume of Chris Eubanks, because he did have a quarterfinal win in Miami last year. He did. He definitely did. I just don't. Again, when people like talk about him as if he's just like this guy that should be expected to win every match he plays at the ATP level, that boggles my mind, because for so long he wasn't even getting to ATP level. He was at the challenger level, and he's like 27, almost 28, I think. So like, this is his level is about where his level is going to be. So people are like, oh, Chris Eubanks is flopping and Chris Eubanks is a has-been. I'm like, he had a good couple of weeks on tour, and y'all are taking it as if he's like the next top 10 player. Yeah, see, that's why I disagree, Derek. I don't think Chris Eubanks has top 15 potential. I think top 30 is right about, and I think he made top 30. I think he was top 20 something in the world. Like he was 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, something around those lanes. But top 15, I don't. I'd be pleasantly surprised if he got back up there. I just don't see it. Now, do I see him being a good top 60, 50, 70 player? Yes. Top 15? No. Don't see it. And it's not about what he won at the Olympics, Kareem. He was an Olympian. He qualified and lost in the first round, but he did qualify. Y'all are just some haters. Unattractive on what? The inside. The inside, okay?
Okay, Serena.
Don't be talking about Chris Eubanks like that. No, that's my man,
I'll be happy that he's going
So,
to join us in the commentary booth.
This is true.
Maybe that get us less John McEnroe.
Amen. Amen to that. Yes, Kareem, when you call being an Olympian when they put that USA jacket and those dingy Ralph Lauren jeans on you, and they give you like a pin, that's what you call an Olympian. It doesn't matter how you performed, you were an Olympian.
Karima,
Shady Shaw is striking tonight.
I agree with Karima.
I don't. I do not.
I agree. I
So is
agree with
Coco
my
Gauff
girl
not
Kareem.
an Olympian? Is Coco Gauff not Olympian? She didn't medal. Is she not an Olympian? I don't hear
I'm
anybody.
trying to find the best. I'm really trying to find the
Testing.
best way to say it.
Testing. Oh, okay.
The opening ceremony on both. I would never be able to say that he's not truly Olympian because he made it to the Olympics. I guess when I just look back on it, for him to actually get there,
Mm-hmm.
it took Francis and Ben saying that they weren't going.
Fair. That did. He did need a little nudge of help. He did. But I mean, so. What's his name needed help to get that gold medal? What's his name? Noah Lyles. He needed some scientific work to get that gold medal in that 100 because it was close. Like 1 billionth millionth of a second or whatever close. So yeah. Sometimes you need a little extra boost to get that medal or whatever. All right, back to Sloane Stephens' match. She is up 4-3, serving with a break here in this third set that we really shouldn't even be in the first place. But I digress.
Oh, I agree with Derek. He was more deserving than Rajiv Ram because Ram deserves nothing.
Well, no, Rajiv Ram
Nothing.
was already a medalist, so he deserved his spot on the team USA.
He deserves nothing else for what he did
No,
in
that's not true.
2016.
That's not true.
For what he did in 2016,
That's
Miles,
not true.
he
He got them to
deserves
the gold
nothing.
medal match. He got them to the gold
And
medal
what did
match.
he do in that gold medal match? What did he
He
do?
did not win it, but he left with a silver medalist. You can't tell me that somebody that has already won a silver medal doesn't deserve to go back to the Olympics to compete again. Now, granted, at this year's Olympics, did he get another silver medal? Yes, he did. He did. But that's better than nothing. Eubanks didn't have a medal. Coco Gauff don't have a medal.
Venus should have 6 gold medals.
Oh, brother.
I will always stand for what's right for Venus. Okay, I am a stand, and I will stand. I will stand what's right for her. Okay, and Rajiv Ram is the reason that we don't have 6 gold medals.
Well, what's the reason that Venus Williams doesn't have more than 2 U.S. Opens? What's the reason there?
Okay, Clem Clijsters in 2010, she came out there balling like she had lost her damn mind, and I don't know why she did that.
What's the reason she hasn't won an Australian Open?
Okay, well, Serena got her, and then we decided that one day we didn't want to play Li Na, so.
And what's the reason we don't have a French Open? What's the reason there?
Oh, Serena, okay, well, we should have won that match, but Venus saw a little system of the side of the net, and
I'm gathering excuses. I'm gathering excuses.
Well, they're all excuses. We could say that they're all excuses, but I'm spitting facts for you, okay?
I didn't have heard a fact yet.
Who expected you expected Kim Clijsters to come play like that?
In 2010, yes. 2009, no. But in 2010,
right
yes.
after, oh my God!
Because Clijsters had already whooped Venus's ass in 2010 in the Miami final, so she would have been prepared for it.
I can't stand that lady as it is. Fiona didn't want a Fiona that night, and it pissed me off.
All right, I'm done. Venus is a legend in and of herself. Let's see if Sloane's gonna get herself Let's see if legendary Sloane gonna get herself into the second round.
Thank you, Derek. 100%. Sloane stole that match from Venus. That was a steal. She's a thief.
Or did Sloane win it?
No, she's a thief too.
Is she? Did she not call a double bounce? Did she hit the ball twice? What did she do?
She committed elder abuse and she's a thief.
Oh, brother. Venus was like a smooth 30. Venus was like a smooth 35, 36. She wasn't a damn elder. She's an elder now.
Oh my God, can you, in 3 years, that would have been 10 years since that match. My Lord. You're getting old, right. Child. Oof.
Not me, you, but.
You older than me.
Don't mean I'm getting old, though. I'm getting better with time. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, Clara. You better run down these balls.
Ooh, Miguel said the girls must not like Trevisan the way Taylor rolled her eyes at the net.
I was also very proud of her for winning that match today. And quiet as it kept, she's having a very good summer. Creamer, how far did you have her going? Because she believes she can be a top 20 player by the end of this year. Do you believe that, Miles?
Do I believe what now?
That Taylor Townsend can be a top 20 player by the end of this year.
I do not believe that.
Okay.
I think Taylor Townsend's goal in singles should be first to be seated at a slam. And I think you can be seated, well, not even I think, you can be seated at a slam anywhere from being 32 in the world to 22 in the world. And that seems more realistic for Taylor Townsend to me. I'm not hating on her, but in singles, I do think there is a ceiling to where her game could put her, which a fourth round one at the US Open is possible. We've seen her do that before, maybe even a quarterfinal. I think that'd be lovely. But like to be a top 20, top 15 player, it requires some level of consistency week in, week out on the tour. And Taylor, I've never seen Taylor do that. Does she have weeks where she really turns it on? Absolutely. But consistency, like even to the point of being a top 15 player, I don't know.
I would like to see
I'm glad
it.
she won today, though.
I would like to see it. Oh, brother.
Oh, Sloane Stephens' mom is beautiful. Oh, look who's in the chat.
Oh, hey, be quacky.
He has Sloane's ceiling collapsed. Has her ceiling collapsed? I'm not sure, but does she kind of collapse in this match? A little, but she seems to have gotten it a little bit together because she is up a break, but she's trying to defend off a break point in this seventh game of the match.
That is a beautiful black woman.
And she gets broken. Yeah, she just slammed the ball down in disgust, as she should be disgusted because Lord have mercy. Lion-hearted Diego Schwartzman has played his last Grand Slam match. Monfils wins 6-7, 6-2, 6-2, 6-1. See, why everybody keep? See, I need to make a professional announcement to stop talking about Chris Eubanks like y'all got some sense. Humphrey said Eubanks play like he should be a double specialist. Disrespectful. Somebody said they overheard a quote-unquote tennis fan say on Ash, women is best of 5 and men's is best of 7, right?
Karan, you had a lot to say about Sakari. I don't know why. Is she still here? Or is she already on her way back to Greece? Scary T, you tell me. But we really got to talk about the people you stand. Because Sakari and Djokovic is insane. Up in Clara Burrell is down love 40.
Oh, somebody said that they were playing club tennis.
I think that was Scott or Nadine. Is Kerber still here? Yes, and our Grand Slam titles, unlike Sakari. I stand Djokovic as well. Don't hate on my man. Where did all of these Novak Djokovic fans come from?
I don't even know. Derek Edwardson, are you on Twitter or are you just a YouTube subscriber? Either way, I appreciate it. I appreciate the engagement quite a lot, but I don't.
I feel like I saw him in our Twitter Spaces before.
Really? I'm trying to remember. Remember, Miles. Remember.
I could have made that up. You just made that up. I told you.
You do make things up.
You now see why you up ahead is lying.
I didn't make that up. You do make things up.
Tell me what I made up recently.
You just made something up like 2.5 milliseconds ago.
I said I could have made that up.
Don't let me send this link to Scary T and have her getting on here.
We'll send it to her because she down there talking about Kerber.
That might be good television. She down there
talking about Kerber and asking where she is in relation to soccer. And she has no reason to talk.
I need both of them talking about Kerber.
That's that girl. That is that girl. That's typical of Karan. Be quiet, Key. Are you at the whole thing? Are you working?
I'm not gonna say who said that, but somebody said to stand Sakari, Djokovic, and Felix should indicate mental illness. I didn't say that. Somebody else said that. I don't agree, by the way. I don't agree, but that's what somebody said.
They're not wrong. Novak is enough for you to be committed. So,
Derek said my favorite players on the men's side is Tiafoe, Eubanks, Runa, and Djokovic. Eubanks is somebody I want to support because my man. But my favorite player to watch, I wouldn't say that. Djokovic, absolutely not. Runa, I want to be, like Derek is saying. Runa's making me sad because I don't know what is going on with his game. But Tiafoe, yeah, he's one of my favorites to watch when he's playing well. Speaking of Tiafoe playing well, I think. Let me check his third set score.
30 all and 3 all, 30 off. His opponent is serving. Can Sloane close it out here?
I hope she can. Sloane, I am hungry, girl. Girl, I'm hungry. Can't even lie to you. As soon as this match is up, I'm going to give me some red beans and rice because it's Monday and it's red bean rice in Louisiana. Okay?
Where are you going to get it from?
My house.
Okay. Your mama made it. I know that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Did she make that?
Come on, Sloane Pony. Come on. Yeah, I just called it that. I'm sorry. Sloane Pony.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pray for these nicknames. Oh, brother. Scott, why are you clowning on Sakari too? Because easy to do.
Scary T, like you have to admit somewhere in the depths of your soul that Sakari is an easy punching bag. It has been for a couple of years now, especially the fact that she's been a top 10 player but hasn't sniffed a Grand Slam quarterfinal in the 3 years that she's been a top 10 player. Actually, I would like to see the receipts if she's actually dipped out of the top 10 in the past, like since 2022. Has she actually dipped out of the top 10? And what's her best Grand Slam result in that period? It's just not good. It's not good.
And do not bring up that 1,000 title that she got by facing Caroline Dolahide. Sloane is about to get broken. Y'all don't have this energy for Rude. How is he different from Sakari? Who says we don't have that energy for Casper Ruud?
Yeah, we've talked about him already. Like he's not living up to his potential. But Runa is 21, maybe. Sakari's 29. we have a large, we have a very large list of evidence that shows that Sakura may never get it together. We have evidence that shows that Holger Rune at his best can play because Holger Rune was in a Grand Slam quarterfinal within the last 2 years. Sakura has not been. It's just simple as that. It's just not. It's just simple as that.
And Sloane is broken. 5-all. Sakura is proof that I really don't know how the tennis ranking system works. Touche.
Yeah, it is definitely. Sakura has exactly 2 titles. Guadalajara in 2023, was it? I think, yeah, Guadalajara in 2023 and Rabat in 2019.
He's 2019, correct?
Oh, y'all said this was going to be a short opening night, by the way. Claire Burrell and Sloane Stephens got something to prove to y'all because they're going to be out here for a while. 5-all in the third, yeah.
Novak Djokovic might as well go take a nap.
Mm-hmm. Not a long match because it's only best of 3, but still.
Which it could be a 10-set tiebreaker, and that's forever.
This is true.
If Sloane losing the first round in this nice red kit, I'm gonna be mad. This has become fascinating. Like, the level tennis is not good, but it's still compelling to watch. Okay. Chrissy Evers. Sloane has not had a good run the past 3 or 4 months. 4 years.
Yo, is nobody else looking at Burrell's updo? Like, she got so much hair back there.
She put the business bun in and said, "All right, let me go to work."
That's one of the best. That's one of the best business buns I've seen in a while. Honestly, gotta give it to her.
And then Sloane gives us nothing but airs. Miles, now you got me wanting some jerk chicken.
Mm-hmm. Remember I used to go to that jerk spot in my apartment in Atlanta like every day?
Yes.
Good times. Good times.
Bashar's jerk chicken is closed. I'm so upset. She closed at 6 o'clock, and I don't understand what's wrong with her. She don't want to make no money. He talked about red beans and rice be quacky. Then it made me want some jerk chicken.
Why did I move to New Orleans? Because that is home for me, and I need to be home to sort some things out. Pretty simple, plain and simple. Oh, I do love Nashville hot chicken. I had Princess when I went there that one time, and I still remember it.
Maybe I like it better if I actually got it from Nashville, because like Dave's hot chicken is so nasty to me.
Dave's hot chicken. Where is that?
There's one here in the capital of Michigan, Lansing. Who are we to blame for you to fall in love with Kerber? Caroline Pliskova. It's a very great city, be quacky. Lansing.
Is it?
It is. It's a very great city.
Wait, don't tell me. Come on, Sloane. Get this together, Sloane.
Derek, see, I'm liking Derek. Okay, not gonna lie, Kerber can be a fun watch. See,
Oh, brother, how did I get some of y'all in this space? I don't even know how I found you, Karan, with this Kerber loving, Sloane hating, all that. I don't know.
I don't hate Sloane. All I said is that she got her head. She was getting her braids beat on her head,
Wait,
which she
Karan, why
was.
are we, Karan, what is this? What is this angle you have your camera at?
That's because you're on my laptop and I'm. You want me to fix it for you, Miles?
Yeah, that looks foolish. And I don't think I had realized it was like that for so long. Jeez. Hey, Brandon. Brandon, I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. So if you're new, make sure you check out the Tuned Into Tennis YouTube page. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. I definitely would appreciate it. And if you are new, welcome to Tuned Into Tennis.
Scott, she's about to lose this match.
Yeah, Sloane might not even serve because she's serving to stay in the match here, and she might not. Well, yeah, she has 2 match points against her. Zetas Lapidus!
I would say that was a nice little inside out forehand she just hit. So.
Yes, that is what I said, Scary T. Karan, you're ruining the production value. You're declassing the show, okay? Who would I get rid of? Frick and fraud. They're
declassing the show. She was so unhinged for that. She just wanted her peach back, and she should have just said that.
Sloane.
Did she just lose that match?
Sloane.
Okay. How do you lose a match in that beautiful ass red dress? It's hang it up, Sloane. Hang it up, Sloane.
Slow Ann.
Your heart is no longer in it. You know, Chrissy couldn't wait to run down on a black woman, so.
I mean, to be honest, now y'all got so much to say in the damn chat. Can't keep up with y'all comments. Brandon Graves said, "Ciao." Scott Cole is bringing us back to when she led 6-love, 3-love, 30-15. B Quacky said Sloane lost. WTF. Nadeem said this is Muguruza level. Uzo said, what a crash out. Derek said Sloane needs to retire. Bri, why are you holding this against me? Is this the prime time you wanted? I mean, not necessarily I wanted, but I was okay with it. B Quacky said she should probably consider calling in next year. Oh, brother. Oh, Uzo said Slowfoot Stevens. We call her Sloane.
Scary T, I personally will not be watching Novak's match. I'll be watching Sabalenka on ESPN2.
Oh, is Francis at least toughening up in that third set?
No, he's down. It's still on serve and
okay, all right. I just hi Paula. I honestly can't even tell you how Sloane lost that. She was up by so much and lost the plot. Renee Stubb has a nice little lavender suit on. I love her lavender.
I love me some Renee.
Oh, we know.
That's my girl.
Tennis USA, what's up? I don't know what happened with Sloane. Honestly, I the takeaway from this match though is how much hair Clara Burrell has to put in that business button. It's so much. It's so much.
She put that business button on. Said, "Let me just go ahead and run down on you real quick."
And I think her hair was already in a bun of sorts at the beginning of the match. I think, but she wrapped it up. She had it completely folded up. Scary T, I'm about to block you. Novak never disappoints his fans like this. Join us, we're fun. I'm good.
Well, no, because he got his ass whooped at Wimbledon this year, if I must say. It was quite the ass whooping.
And at Australia, and he picked up a injury at the French Open this year. An injury.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't injured. It was some fluid on the knee.
Fluid on the knee. Yes. Yeah, we know he won gold. Yeah. Clap.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. See, here come the Novak fans.
Clap. I mean, Derek is not new. Jaden said if this was Serena, Sloane would have won. Well, Sloane probably wouldn't have been up 6-love, 3-love against Serena, no? That seems like
that seems like a stretch.
Seems like a reach. Yeah, that seems like a stretch. People probably have no idea who Clara Burrell is, but she went out and beat Sloane today after being like the 9 of the first 10 games Sloane won.
The way I've capped for this girl for years, she let me down real bad. Why would you cap for Sloane?
I mean, we're not gonna lie and say that Sloane doesn't have tennis talent because she really does. It's just this match in and of itself is a microcosm of how much she has ebbed and flowed in her career. To be able to be up so comfortably in a match and lose it the way she just lost it is just head scratching, man. Head scratching.
What did New York say? What did New York say to Delicious? Hang it up, Delicious.
I don't know what we do. Going. How does she like? I mean, granted, you know what? I was gonna say, how does she move forward from this? But you know what? Sloane has lost tougher matches, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Clinton, don't talk about Sloane like that. Clinton said it's a talent in the room with us. Sloane is talented. Come on now. Come on. We should ask Venus. Back in 2017 how talented she is, actually.
Okay, let's see. Now, why would you do that? You want me to get active, don't you?
We can ask Venus. We can ask Venus how talented she is. We can ask Madison Keys how talented she is. We can ask.
But whose career would you rather have? Venus is our Sloane.
In the grand scheme of things, it would be Venus.
Okay. Anyway, so let's move on. That one little title she got.
In the last 5 years, I think I give it to Sloane.
But what? What has Sloane done?
What has Venus done in the last 5 years?
The same thing Sloane has.
Not necessarily true, but okay.
Hey, you out here? You trying to give Sloane that little title she won? And where she win it at?
With Roine.
It was Parma. It was Parma adjacent.
Clinton said talent. I don't know. She can run.
Thank you, Clinton. She can run. Nice gown, beautiful gowns.
By the way, Francis he has a set point against him in his third set. So
it would be match point, wouldn't it?
A set point. He's serving 30-40 down 4-5.
Oh,
that would indeed
against
be a
him.
God, I know how to read a score. Thank you.
I did say you did not. Now, why am I catching so much black glass?
You implied that.
Sloane did win the 250 this year. Yeah, name a tournament. I know she did. Where was it?
It's in Rowan, France. Hold on. Let me
Parma adjacent. I wasn't even on the screen. Be quacky. Thank you. I was looking at my girl Renee and her nice little lavender. Well, Francis wants to to take it to the distance as well. I'm so sick of the black. I'm so sick of the blacks today.
Zetas Lapidus.
We just can't never do nothing comprehensive. Well, Parma gives us Parmesan a prestigious tournament.
I don't know what we
Guilty,
do
I
to
think
get
you're a
here.
rage baiter.
Oh wait, somebody's
I
saying
believe
Lulu's
it.
son looks very injured right now. That's not fun.
Why do I know Lulu's son? Who did she run down on that I know?
She got to the quarters of Wimbledon and she got. Hold on, pause. Let me make sure y'all
Oh,
hear this. I
yeah.
want to make sure that we all leave this stream a little more educated with which we came. I want to make sure we all know how to pronounce Roin.
Just that's almost one syllable, but there are two syllables. Now it'd be fine in English to say it as
The more we know. Sloane won a WTA 250 in Rouen, France. Okay, let's put some respect on her name.
I was telling you put it closer to the mic because we couldn't hear it.
Y'all didn't hear nothing?
It was very muffled. That's why I said closer to the
Oh,
mic. No sound. No sound.
oh, well. She won a tournament in Rouen, France. Okay.
I'm a rage better. You don't like Parmesan? Absolutely, I don't.
Let's hear it.
Let me go check on
But who doesn't like
Carreño
Parmesan?
Busta.
Who doesn't
Me.
like Parmesan?
Me.
Like the cheese at all? You don't want it on spaghetti, nothing?
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. Dude with the cornrows is running down on Carreño Busta, and I want to cry.
As you should. All right, y'all. I don't have it in me to go through another set with Tiafoe and his possible foolishness. Sloane has really soured my evening, and the best way I can think to make it better is to get some piping hot red beans and rice because I deserve that.
Well, you have a great night, Brother Miles.
Thank you for hopping on the stream with me, Karan. Thank all of you, all 575 of you, for watching this over on Facebook, which I do stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter/X. I really, really appreciate when you guys come into the comments and engage and make me laugh and stir up conversation because it's just fun. It's better that way.
Can I ask one more question before
Or
you go?
can you ask Sue a question? Me?
One more question before we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Were you serious about transitioning back to Clubhouse?
Not super serious, no.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right, I didn't want to get too excited.
And somebody said Clubhouse is not like how it used to function, so I don't know. I haven't had the Clubhouse app in probably years at this point, so I don't know.
Okay.
I just wish I love the function. Actually, I love the idea of Twitter Spaces, but the function and execution is what is lacking sometimes. So
Is he
I don't know.
wearing blue again? This man wears blue every year. Sick of it.
Novak Djokovic, that's your fave.
Oh,
That's your fave.
Miles, you
Yeah,
have a good
actually,
night.
scary T. When we leave this stream, I'd like you to put together a compilation of how much blue Novak Djokovic has won in his career. I think that'd be fun to
Chad, it'll
watch.
be every damn tournament he ever entered.
All right, y'all. In parting, I do appreciate you guys as always. Before you leave, make sure you give this video a thumbs up on YouTube or give it a reshare on Twitter. That definitely helps the growth of the show. Subscribe to Tuned Into Tennis if you have not already. We just cracked 500 subscribers. Woo, woo, woo. The next goal is going to be 1K. Before you know it, we'll be at 50K. How about that? In due time. But the only way to get there is if you guys are engaging and sharing and subscribing, because all of those things help the growth and reach of the show. So, without further ado, thanks again, Karan. I appreciate you hopping on the space to give us a good old key tonight. Sloane, don't know what we can do with you, Shawty. Don't know.
Not a thing.
Don't know where you go from here, Sloane, after that meltdown. But I do know tuned into tennis will be a source of entertainment and fun over the next 2 weeks for the US Open. So, with that being said, it is time to sign out. You guys enjoy your Monday night. Take care. We're gonna feel it. Say how you mean it. Shout it out. I know that's right. I miss my girl. I miss my girl, Wendy. Oh.
All right. Have a good night, Miles.
How you doing? Bye, y'all. Bye. Peace out, everybody. Take care.